7 years ago, I was having the worst day of my life. I had just lost my job. It was raining. My phone was dead. And I missed my train home. I had no money for a taxi. So I took the bus. A slow, old bus that stopped at every small street. I sat in the back, feeling sorry for myself. I wanted to disappear. Then, a stranger sat down next to me. She was an old woman with kind eyes and a yellow umbrella. She did not know me. She did not have to talk to me. But she did. And that bus ride changed my life. Today, I want to tell you about that woman. And about the small kindness that saved me. This story is about how one sentence from a stranger can change everything. Let me tell you about that day. I woke up late. My alarm did not ring. I ran to the bus stop. I missed my bus. I arrived at work 30 minutes late. My boss was not happy. Then, at 11 a.m., my boss called me into his office. "I'm sorry," he said, "but we have to let you go." Just like that. No warning. No second chance. I had worked there for 3 years. And in 10 seconds, it was gone. I walked out of the building. It was raining. Of course it was raining. I did not have an umbrella. I walked to the train station. But when I checked my phone, the battery was dead. I could not buy a ticket. I could not call anyone. I stood in the rain for 20 minutes. I felt so small, so alone, so stupid. Then I remembered the bus. There was a bus that went near my apartment. It was slow. It took 1 hour, but it only cost $2.
Stranger meaning, someone you do not know. Kindness meanings, being nice and helpful to others. Release meaning, letting out strong emotions. Lonely meanings, sad because you are alone. Worthy meaning, deserving love or respect.
I had $2 in my pocket. I got on the bus. I sat in the very back. The seat was wet. The bus smelled like old rain and cigarettes. I put my head against the window. The rain made everything look gray. The buildings, the streets, the sky. I thought about my life. I was 30 years old. No job, no money, no plan. My friends were all married with good jobs. And I was sitting on a wet bus seat, crying quietly. I tried to hide my tears. I did not want anyone to see me. But someone saw me. An old woman sat down next to me. She had short gray hair and a yellow umbrella. Her coat was blue. Her shoes were old but clean. She did not say anything at first. She just sat there. Then she opened her bag. She took out a small paper bag. She opened the bag. Inside were cookies. Homemade cookies. She held the bag toward me. "Have one," she said. Her voice was soft, like a warm blanket. I was surprised. "Oh, no thank you," I said. "I'm okay." "You are not okay," she said. "I can see that. So take a cookie. It will not fix everything, but it will give you energy to keep going." I did not know what to say, so I took a cookie. It was a simple cookie, oatmeal and raisins, but it was warm and sweet, and somehow it made me feel less alone. "Thank you," I said. She nodded. "Tell me," she said. "What is wrong?" I do not know why I told her. She was a stranger. I never tell my problems to strangers. But something about her eyes, they were kind. They did not judge. So I told her everything. About my job. About my dead phone. About the rain. About how I felt like a failure. She listened. She did not interrupt. She did not say it will be okay or don't worry. She just listened. When I finished, she was quiet for a moment. The bus moved slowly through the rain. The windows were foggy. Then she said something I have never forgotten. "You lost your job today," she said. "But you did not lose yourself. Your job is not who you are. Your job is just what you do. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still kind enough to say thank you to an old woman with cookies. That is who you are. Not a job. Not money. You." I started crying again. But this time, the tears were different. They were not sad tears. They were release. Like opening a door that had been locked for a long time. We talked for the rest of the bus ride. She told me her name was Margaret. She was 72 years old. She had been a teacher for 40 years. Her husband died 5 years ago. Her children lived far away. She lived alone. I take the bus every Tuesday, she said. I go to the library. I read. I watch people. Sometimes I see someone who needs a cookie or a kind word. Today, that someone was you. I asked her, "Aren't you lonely?" She smiled. "Sometimes," she said. But loneliness is not the enemy. The enemy is thinking you are alone when you are not. There are kind people everywhere. You just have to let them sit next to you. The bus arrived at my stop. I stood up. I did not know what to say. Thank you felt too small. She looked up at me. "You will be okay," she said. "Not tomorrow. Maybe not next week. But one day, you will look back at this bus ride and smile. I promise." I got off the bus. The rain had stopped. The sun was coming out. I watched the bus drive away. Margaret waved at me through the window. Her yellow umbrella was in her hand. I never saw her again. That was 7 years ago. A lot has changed. I found a new job. A better job. One that makes me happy. I have good friends. I have a small apartment with big windows. But I still think about Margaret. About her cookies. About her kind eyes. About the words she said on that old wet bus. Your job is not who you are. I tell that to myself when I am scared. When I feel like a failure. When I compare myself to others. And now I try to be like Margaret. I try to be the person who sits next to someone who is crying. I try to be the person who offers a cookie. Or a kind word. Last year I was on a train. A young woman was sitting alone. She was crying quietly into her hands. I sat next to her. I opened my bag. I had a small bag of cookies. "Have one," I said. "It will not fix everything, but it will give you energy to keep going." She looked at me, surprised. Then she smiled. A small, tired smile. "Thank you," she said. And in that moment, I felt Margaret sitting next to me. I felt her kindness. Still alive. Still traveling. That bus ride taught me something important. Something I did not know before. We think big things change our lives. A new job. A new house. A new relationship. And yes, those things matter. But sometimes, the smallest things change us the most. A cookie. A kind word. A stranger who takes the time to sit down and listen. You do not need to save someone's life to be a hero. You just need to see them. To sit with them. To remind them that they are not alone. Margaret did not fix my problems. I still had no job. I still had no money. I still had to go home and figure everything out. But she gave me something more important than a job. She gave me hope. She reminded me that I was still a person. Still worthy. Still here. And sometimes that is enough. So now I carry cookies in my bag. Not every day. But on days when I feel strong. On days when I feel brave. You never know who might need one. You never know who is sitting in the back of the bus, crying quietly, waiting for someone to sit next to them. Be that someone. Thank you for listening to this Level 3 English story. Before we do our grammar and vocabulary lesson, here's my question for you. Has a stranger ever been kind to you? Or have you ever been kind to a stranger? Tell me your story in the comments. I read every comment. Now, let's learn some English from today's story.
In the story, my boss said, "We have to let you go." Let someone go is a kind way to say fire someone from their job, but it has other meanings too. Meaning 1, fire from a job. The company let go of 50 workers, meaning to release physically. Please let go of my arm, meaning 3, release emotionally. You need to let go of the past. In today's story, let go equals lose a job. Example, I was let go from my job last month.